I'm from the Crim Fitness Foundation, and this is Marie Watts from Genesee Health System, and we're here today to talk a little bit about mindfulness. I've been in the schools for 5 years in the Flint area teaching mindfulness to kids, and we also have teacher trainings. So we're going to do a little activity today to just kind of introduce you to what mindfulness is. So first of all, mindfulness is paying attention to what's going on in the present moment. It's paying attention, it's savoring the present moment, it's just tapping into what's going on right now. You know, our minds often are in the future, we're projecting into the imagined future, or we're thinking about the past, but mindfulness is bringing our focus to what's going on right here and now. So I'd like to start with just doing a breathing activity. So if you can come to a mindful sitting position, and a mindful sitting position would look like both feet flat on the ground, and you just sit up tall, but relaxed. And if your legs are too short, you would move up towards the front of your chair, just so your both feet are on the ground and you're comfortable. And if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. You don't have to, but just put your hand on your stomach and notice your breath. So, I mean, really tap into focusing on your breath. Like when I breathe in, I know I'm breathing in, and when I breathe out, I know I'm breathing out. And just breathe like that for a few moments. So when I breathe in, I know it's my in-breath. And when I breathe out, I know it's my out-breath. You may find that after just a breath or two, your mind has wandered away. When it does, you just gently lead it back to the breath. And if you could open your eyes. I'd like to show you another activity that we do with kids. It's a listening activity. Anything that focuses our attention is mindfulness. So this is a mindfulness activity that I have a chime for. You know, some sounds are really short. Some sounds go on and they're longer. So I would like you to notice the sound. Notice when it starts, notice when it ends, and when you cannot hear it any longer, just quietly raise your hand. Could you help me? Could you ring this? Okay. Turn around. That's it. Now hit it right out there. Okay. So if you could come to that mindful sitting position once again, and if you want to close your eyes, it'll make your ears a little stronger, and listen to the chime. I want to do it again. So whenever you do an activity like that that focuses your attention on anything, it strengthens the front part of the brain, and it makes focus and de-stresses your life. So like basketball players, football players, baseball players, they use the breath a lot. They come to the batter's box, and they take a breath. Basketball players focus on the hoop. They take that breath because they know that when you come back to the breath and are aware of your own breath, that the front part of your brain calms down. Everything gets more focused, and you're able to function better. And you're able to think better and perform better. So in sports, you notice it right away. So I've worked a lot with kids. Marie has worked with adults, and she's going to tell you a little bit about how you can bring this into everyone's life.
Thank you very much, Tom. So also, in addition to what Tom has shared with you and what you've experienced so far, there are other options for experiencing mindfulness and using mindfulness throughout your life. I personally use it on a daily basis. Primarily, my preference is to do it in the morning, right after I get up. And the way that I use it is through an application on my phone, on my smartphone. And we're going to try to experience this through the smartphone right now. But one thing I'd like to share with you is that as you decide you want to use mindfulness and incorporate that into your lives, realize that it's a skill that you would need to develop. In other words, try just a little bit every day. And then after a while, if you miss a day, you'll find that you are yearning for it or need it, especially when you come up against something that's unexpected and then you need to focus and recharge. So as I'm going to go ahead and try to load the app up so that we can experience that through the app. And sometimes, as with technology, it may not always work. So with that, we can always go back to our mindful breathing. As, again, it loads up, let's get back into our mindful seating position. So your feet are flat on the floor. The back is nice and straight. And we'll go ahead, and it sounds like
mindful breathing
right here.
by sitting on a chair or on the floor with the spine erect. The two most important factors in sitting are being comfortable and being alert. So follow my instructions as best you can, but first and foremost, listen to your body and sit in a way that allows you to be the most comfortable and the most alert. Allow the arms and hands to rest comfortably and without strain, perhaps on the thighs or in the lap, whatever works best for you. Feel the base of the spine extend down through the ground and the top of the spine lift up to the sky. Tuck the chin ever so slightly. Allow the spine to rest in its natural curves. And if you have any injuries that prevent you from sitting, or would just prefer to practice lying down today, by all means lie down and use any props you need to make yourself comfortable. You might like to pause this recording as you settle into a comfortable position. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Let the face be relaxed. Allow the mouth to gently close and the breath to pass through the nostrils. And if you haven't already, gently allow the eyes to close. Noticing that you're breathing. Noticing the full inhalation, the full exhalation, and the spaces between each inhalation and exhalation. Staying with the full spectrum of the breath. Not trying to change the breath in any way, just noticing the natural breath. Bringing a gentle curiosity to the natural movements of the breath. And when the mind starts to wander, which it will inevitably do at some point, this is just what minds do, just noticing that it's wandered, and gently and kindly, over and over and over again. Choosing to keep the mind resting gently on the breath. And when it wanders, bringing it back. When it wanders, bringing it back again, again and again and again. Moment by moment, breath by breath. Not trying to change the breath in any way, just noticing the natural breath. The inhalation, the exhalation, and the spaces between each inhalation and exhalation. Moment by moment, breath by breath. And then when you're ready, take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time to breathe mindfully and with awareness, taking the time to nurture and love yourself. And then gently open your eyes and return to your day.
So that is just an example of mindful breathing and one of the mindfulness exercises for the particular app that I use.